and welcome back for today's episode of Cookye Tech'N Talk Table. Today we're going to be looking at BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. I've been a fan of anime fighting games ever since I was in the 90s. I played a lot of retro anime fighters, particularly that were never released outside of Japan. These games included Advanced VG2, Asuka Burning Fest, Makaruna Makindo 2, Rama Half, and a bunch of others that would help lay the foundation for what you see in today's modern day fighting games. And on the side of anime fighters, I was around when Melty Blood first came out, which was a branch off of their novel game called the Tsukihime, which became so popular that they released a side series called Fate's Day Night, which in conjunction is still popular till today. So in doing so, following the BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle series, as we know, BlazBlue has had 4 iterations of their games, and as I look, I have all 4 here: Calamity Trigger, Central Fiction, Chrono Phantasma, and Continuum Shift. These games will go on to help solidify the modern day world of anime fighters. I wish I had more time to play these games, because I would love to become tournament quality as I've become a fan of the characters. Lychee Fei-Ling is my favorite character within the BlazBlue Pantheon. Unfortunately, she doesn't show up in Cross Tag Battle, but I do get Hilda, since she's my favorite character from the Under Night In-Birth series. So Cross Tag Battle is a culmination of the other anime fighters wrapped into one crossover between 2 to 3 games. So you have BlazBlue, you have RWBY, and you have Under Night In-Birth. And then they started to include characters from Arcana Hearts and also Akatsuki Blitzcamp and another anime fighter called, I think, Sekuran Kuran. I may be botching the name right now, but there's another anime fighter with a female ninja on the front, and she's also in that game. So as this game is continuously receiving updates in the community, they're releasing other characters. And if I'm correct, this game is still getting updates to today. So right now I have the current version of Cross Tag Battle, and we're going to just get right into it. So while this is loading, I just want to say, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please also ring the bell for notifications so that you can see what other footage I'm going to share with the community following my continuing studies on the fighting games on the Steam engine. Also, I kind of wanted to, this is on my mind, and I want to get this out there. Somebody left a post on my Bayonetta video about finding a better frame rate, and guess what? I want to say that is awesome. My discoveries and my finds on the games that I'm displaying are specific to what I'm finding at that moment. If you find something better, please do share it on my wall. Like, I'm all for efficiency. If you're able to raise the settings higher than what I found, and it's at a 60 frame per second consistency, by all means, share that with the community. My word is not final on the situation, and the beautiful thing about technology is that people are always finding new discoveries and finding better ways to get the most out of their GPD or just electronic devices in general. And if you discover something, share it, and I'll be more than happy to make modifications, because in this instance, as a lot of us are supporters of the GPD Win Max PC portable handheld, what we really want at the end of the day is true to faithful gameplay to how we remember it on a console, but in our pocket, while maximizing as much battery life as we can. So at the end of the day, we really want more battery life and true to the experience that we can get in our games without having to compromise too much. That being said, let's get into the game. I do know that Cross Tag Battle has an extensive storyline. There's 2 parts to the storyline, and I mean, it is long. So for the sake of just gameplay demonstration, I'm just going to go into training mode and kind of just go through the training mode settings. When the game first came out, I started playing with Wise and I believe Ori. It's been a while since I picked up the game, and when I picked it up, I picked up 2 versions, one for my PS4 and the other one for my Switch. Which reminds me, I forgot to tell you guys, I'm using the frame rate counter at the top left that's in game, as well as the one through Steam. So Steam's counter is overlapping, but the 60 frames that you see that's in yellow at the top left is through the video game itself. So I found that to be a bit more efficient, especially if the game is able to provide that. And one thing I've noticed about Arc System Work games and games developed by French Bread, that they're really good at adding the frame rate counter, especially if you're going to do live streams. As you can see, this is happening in real time, as I like to demonstrate, and that I'm using my AverMedia Gamer Live Gamer 2 4K capture card to render this experience for you guys to see. As I'm off to the side playing it in my hand, this is the experience that I'd like to share. So let's see, let's go to our options. I just kind of want to share with you guys the options that I'm using and how I'm still pushing a consistent 60 frames. You know, it goes without saying, most of Arc System Works games on Steam are designed to be PC friendly without having to compensate too much and compromise on your gameplay experience. So we're going to go into, I think it's display options. Yes, here we go. Yes, I was right. And of course I'm on full scale, full screen. I put the frame rate display up, as you can see. And the anti-alias is in window mode is 4x, but since we're in full screen, I have it on 4x as well. It could go a lot higher. I try not to go too high because I don't want to lose the 60 frames per rate. Now, this game ran excellent on the GPD Win 2 with minimal modifications. So I'm going to assume, due that this is like double and a half the power of the Win 2, I can most likely push it up a bit further. But for the namesake, you know, of what's going on here, I'm just going to keep everything the way that I have it. And I do have my VSync on. We're at 1920 by 1080. And then when I go into the advanced graphic options here, I have character sprite effects off. I believe I can turn the filter on to FXAA, but this is just my own preference. I like to keep it off. I want the game to be as fast as it possibly can, while also, like I said, maximizing my battery life. I have the light bloom effect on. Performance mode, for right now, I have performance mode off, only because my capture card doesn't like to play nice with performance on. Something with the HDMI and the feed going through the card into my computer doesn't want to play nice. So I'm keeping performance mode off so I can keep the screen the way that it is. And then simple HUD mode is off, and I'm just going to return. So basically I didn't do anything right now, but this is what I have in terms of my base options. So that being said, let's get into offline gameplay, and we're going to go to training mode. And at this point, I'm not going to say too much. I'm just going to let the gameplay speak for itself. Let's see, I'm going to... Yeah, it's been a while. All these updates. I'm used to playing with Hilda from the Under Night Ember series. Oh wow, okay. And Wise from RWBY. Oh yeah, wow. This is cool.
Wise Shni, Ragnar the Blood Edge, Yu Narukami. Get ready.
Let's see here.
Slice that. You're all mine. Can I finish them all? You see this coming?
So as you can see, I don't really know what I'm doing, but most of these games now are created to be more user friendly. So I'm just jamming one button, which is X, and an automatic combo comes out. Like, I can just show you what I'm doing right here with one button, and then this is what I get. I get automatically 10 hits. You know, I'm used to coming from the arcade generation, standing online to play a video game with a quarter and learning how to play with some of the best people that would kick my butt all day, every day, and getting right back into the line of like 15 people waiting to play the same arcade game. Not only did it build up community, but it also built up a different type of skill set as people shared secrets with one another on how to become best at a game. This one button nonsense, which I have like no clue what's this supposed to be all about, I guess is to introduce the wonderful world of fighting games to individuals that feel intimidated on playing games that they may not get too far in if they face a particular skill level of someone else opposing them. I guess that's all well and good to be inclusive. Times are changing, that's for sure. Ooh.
There's no escape. So scary. Go. Go. Slice them. How do you like this?
Okay, I think I'm gonna try somebody else. Because I obviously don't know what I'm doing.
Please select your character.
Okay. So I believe from Persona, yeah, in the Persona series, I'm a fan of her, the fangirl, Yukiko Amagi Yukiko. We're gonna choose you, and then I think I'll mix it up a bit. I'm not one to pick male characters like that. I've always picked female characters, but I think Gordio is kind of hot.
Gordo.
I'll pick you. Let's go up against this tank.
Blitz tank.
I'm a fan of Akatsuki Blitzcamp too. In fact, I remember when that game first came out. I eventually got the PC CD for that. The original PC game back in like 2006. I'm all about the nun girl. That's who they should have put in the game. They either should have put the nun or the girl that fights in the Chinese dress. They should have been the Akatsuki Blitzcamp character after Akatsuki himself. But hey, I'm just a consumer.
Get ready.
Cool. All right. So I feel bad for anybody who plays with this tank in the video game. He reminds me of Hauser, the dinosaur from Capcom's Fighting Evolution. There's so many gameplay videos of him getting hit by infinite combos. And everyone's like, I discovered an infinite. Okay, well, who does the infinite combo work on? Hauser. Of course it's going to work on him because he's the biggest character in the game. So he can't help but getting hit because his sprites are right there. That's what I feel about the Blitzcamp tank right there. The Blitz tank, you can't help but do infinite. He fills up almost the whole screen.
What do we have to
Oh, I need to change. Oh.
My turn. Are you sweating? Please.
Oh yeah, that's right. Ooh, ooh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I thought that would connect.
Good choice.
Oh shit.
Come on, tricky.
Oh, I don't know what I did, but it looks cool. Okay. Let's try one more person. And we'll change the stage too while we're at it. See a card of heart. Let's try heart. Let's try you.
Yumi. Gordo. Merkaba. Yosuke Hanamura. Carmine.
You.
Get ready.
Island champion.
Uh-oh.
Snowbird.
Uh-oh, I think I like her already.
I will strike you down. I will strike you down. Freeze. Freeze.
Uh-oh. 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 Oh, what am I doing?
I shall silence.
Oh, she said, toe, toe, toe. I can hit you in the toe 3 times. Oh.
Strike you down.
Oh.
You shall perish. There. Snowbird. This is
Falling asleep here.
Snowbird. Snowbird. Snowbird.
Oh, she could charge it.
Snowbird.
Okay.
Freeze. There. I shall silence.
With pleasure.
All right. Ooh. Oh. Oh wait, is it going? Oh, flying around.
Snowbird.
Oh.
Disappear. Back me up.
Sleep here.
I shall silence. I shall silence. Demonic destruction. Back me up. You shall perish. Get in the dance in a I shall silence you.
All right. Look at that walk.
I'm falling
Look at
asleep
that walk
here.
backwards. I want to walk like that.
Fly away.
Okay. Alright. Cool. Alright, and of course this game has everything the regular game has on the PS4 and the Switch. This is just happens to be the Steam version, as you can see. There's the online lobby. And offline mode. Talk to Kajun. What are we gonna say? What are we? Oh, I skipped out on her. Okay, Kajun. Let's talk. Oh, so she's like my little Q&A. Okay, thank you. I'll come back to you later. This what? Ranking board. Music. Okay. Cool.
BlazBlue
Well then.
Cross Tag Battle.
I guess I'm going to leave that right here for the moment. So that concludes this episode of Cookye's Tech'N Talk Table, doing a little gameplay demonstration of BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle through Steam on the GPD Win Max, and how the consistency of 60 frames per second under the current settings that I have chosen based upon my own specification work out. If you find something that works better for you and it keeps the counter at 60 frames, please do share it on this video. As I said before, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and ring the bell for notifications. And if you have any ideas of games that you'd like for me to cover, please let me know. As I'm nearing the conclusion of covering Steam fighting games, I'll be moving on to emulators and other games and kind of covering that pretty soon. Thank you for joining me for this episode, and I will see you again in the next time.